Welcome, beauties, to the season finale of Beauty and Me with Tina. In today's episode, Powering Business, Tech and Holistic Living, the finale of Balance and Breakthroughs, Tina sits down with the dynamic Maria Newton to talk about her empowering brand, She Pop, and how she's transforming lives through innovation, wellness, and purpose-driven business.
Hi, beauties, and welcome back. I still have Miss Maria here with me. We are getting into the other good side, my favorite side, how I met her. Miss Maria, please tell everyone about She Pop.
I would love to. And so, where do I begin? Okay. So I founded She Pop. And so what She Pop is, it's a luxurious, it's a bold and innovative women's fashion brand serving multi-ethnic women leaders, visionaries, and trendsetters. And I help them rediscover joy and purpose by redefining their presence and with sophistication and confidence because through life things happen, and so I bring that in with a curated luxury style information in the luxury lifestyle space, in the personal brand transformation space. So this ties into my mission for that impactful life I was talking about earlier.
Right.
Yeah, with really helping to help to empower women, uplift them, and give them a path to freedom, right? Whatever that looks like.
I love that. And that's why you were perfect for the show, not only sharing business knowledge, but just your mission overall in helping women love themselves through fashion and showing them that they're beautiful no matter what, with their own independent style.
Yeah.
And not only with fashion, but you have jewelry too, with the accessories
Mhm,
and the
mhm.
bags that you can layer and just have fun with. And they almost make you feel like you're a little girl again, dressing up in mom's closet, throwing on all her jewelry and just looking beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And I tell women, right, you're beautiful already, right? This is
Right.
just the little icing on top, right? It's the fun icing you get to play with, you get to mix and do different things, different looks, but it's something that make you feel good, right? We get dressed up, we put on some nice jewelry, nice handbag, our heels, our hair's done, right? We just feel good. And sometimes it's like you can transform an outfit with accessories as well. Like a totally different look. A black dress looks 5 different ways based upon how you accessorize it.
Very true. Very,
Right.
very true. That
So
is so true.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
told women that you can dress down. You can, like you said, put on a simple black dress, put on tennis shoes. It's a casual outfit. Throw on
correct.
heels, a nice blazer. It's an office suit. Take off the jacket, throw on some open toe stilettos. You have nightwear. Just
You have evening, right? You're ready for the evening. So yeah, and so there's a lot of versatility, in the fashion industry overall. But then even if you just categorize and say, okay, well, with the accessories, well, what can we do? You can do a lot.
right.
You can do a lot, and it's fun. So
That's it. Social media. We go back to social media because this is the digital age,
mhm.
and TV has made it seem that everyone has to look the same. They have to shop from the same area. They have to sell the same thing of the same material. And to see your shop was a breath of fresh air because the jewelry was different. The
Thank
bags were different. They're not something that's floating around like everyone else. So it was a breath of fresh air to see it. And not only that you were so warm and welcoming and just seeing you talk to your customers, it was just like people that love what they do still exist. There's very few that love what they do, why they get into the business that they get into. So I really, really enjoyed just watching you interact with your customers and just seeing the pieces that you sell. It's really amazing.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
you're
That's
welcome.
refreshing. That's refreshing to hear, that you noticed that, because I want to create an experience, whether, online, because I don't have a brick and mortar. And so
Right.
whether it's online or I do an event where I have a pop-up, I want to create that experience, because every woman, and every individual deserves to be seen and heard and made to feel like they're special, because they are. And so it is an elevated experience, that you receive with Shishi Pop. And so that's what my customers experience, and that's what I want them to expect.
I definitely I think that is amazing. I think that is what is needed in today's society, for women of all ages, just because
Mhm.
again, we have this mechanical view of what women should look like, what women should dress like. If you're a particular age, you should dress like this. And personally, I think whatever you love to wear, it's on you. Do you feel
Mhm.
confident in it? Do you feel beautiful? Go for it. That
Go
is
for
that
it.
is for you. It's not for anyone else. So
Correct.
I really love that your brand does that, and it give women the empowerment that they need to feel confident in whatever they put on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now that we've found out all this amazing things about you and you run
Yes.
this amazing shop, as an international speaker, you empower individuals with a meaningful impact. What core message would you love for your audience, our audience, to remember when
Hmm.
they're trying to empower themselves?
Hmm. You know, as a speaker, the topics that I share on, they can vary.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, my overall goal is to leave a meaningful impact that the audience can apply to their lives or to their business or to their health. And
Right.
so I would say that one message theme is to stay true to who you are and to remain aligned to your core values, because that's very important.
Yeah.
One of my core values, I would say, is integrity. And so you will be tested.
Oh yes.
Um,
Oh yes.
you will be tested. And so, and sometimes in that test, it's like, well, do I do business with someone or a business, because do their values align with mine? And so if they don't, and you still work with them, there's a price to pay for that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Very true.
there's a price
It's
to
like the
pay.
old saying or of our, I know my grandmother said it herself, birds of a feather flock together. Whether
Absolutely.
you do what they do or not, you're still judged by what they do.
By
So be
what they
careful who you
do.
associate with.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I would share with your viewers, don't let anyone dim your light, right? Um, Never, so if that means that you need to put boundaries up, if that means that you need to, um, you know, not have a relationship with someone any longer, but do not let anyone dim your light. No, you're too special.
I am I am so glad you said that. That seems to be a major struggle right now,
Mm,
amongst both men and women, with whether they be family, coworkers, friends, associates.
okay.
They've caught themselves in that line of someone trying to dim their light, or because they don't want conflict, they try to dim their light to make that other person or persons feel better.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give them as far as setting boundaries so they don't take that personal or that weight on by themselves?
Yeah. And that setting boundaries is it's a learned process. So obviously there's some self thought there when you're looking at, okay, what is the situation that I'm in? Why am I uncomfortable? Do I feel like, or am I shrinking back to allow someone else to feel comfortable. So you have to be honest with yourself first. And then you have to have the conversation with the other individual. And in that conversation, stand your ground. But you don't, obviously, some people are afraid of conflict because that's their personality type.
Right.
Others are more, they'll address it head on and they're okay with that. But address it in such a way that you are leaving strong. You don't have to be shy or stand in the limelight, but I would say make an appointment to speak to the person, tell them what's on your mind, and right, to address it. I feel that X, Y, and Z, and I would like for you to this, and I hope that we can come to an agreement today on how we go forward. But you set your boundary, what you allow, what you don't allow.
I love that. It couldn't be put any simpler, and I hope beauties, gents, I hope you take Maria's advice, because that can help you in the long run. And you don't want to dim your light. You want to be as bright as possible, because not only does that help you, but that helps someone else that's been looking at you that you don't know. You never know who's paying attention to you and who admires your strength and what you do. So I would definitely say keep that in mind. It can definitely benefit you, but whoever is also paying attention to you for strength and growth as well.
Absolutely. You know, Tina, because people will test your boundaries just to see
Very
how far they can go. And so if you never establish the boundary of what the limit is, they will continue to push, push, and push. And so, you know, we see this all the time, whether it's in business, we see it in family, and it's okay, because sometimes people are like, oh, I really don't want to rock the boat in family. But sometimes those are the individuals that will push you the most, because they won't do it to someone who's a non-family member.
correct. That is so true. Just because you're family, they figure they can get away with it.
Absolutely.
Love your family, because I'm big on family. Family is always first for me. Love your family, but sometimes you have to love your family from a distance for your own mental and physical well-being.
Absolutely.
So, I would definitely say that.
Absolutely.
So, Maria, you're just dropping knowledge and gem and wonderful advice to our audience. You juggle multiple businesses, you do speaking engagements, you do advocacy work. How do you balance everything and avoid burnout?
That's a great question. You know, and I will share this with you, Tina. I have many years ago dealt with burnout.
I'm right there with you, so I understand. I completely understand.
You know, and so that balance is so very, very, very important for me. And so that's one of the things that I really had to learn. It's like, okay, how do I balance my life so that I don't encounter this again? You know, so that this doesn't affect my health again. And so one of the things that I do to help me is it's time blocking.
I like that.
And so, you know, in the time blocking, I take the calendar and I block out for the month my appointments, my business time, my meetings, but even the personal. So the business as well as the personal. So I'm blocking out my spiritual time, you know, my prayer in the morning. I time block out even when it's dinner time, to make sure I have time to prepare my meal, right? Time blocking, all these things. And so this enables me to say, and this is for anyone who does this, okay, this gives me what my guardrails are as far as my time. And then when people say, hey, can you come to this event, or can you come do this? Can you come speak here? I can look at my calendar and see if I have a time block open for that. Right. And so this also is, I don't want to say it's it's you can leverage your calendars to say no, because it's
Very,
okay to
very
say
true.
no. And that's the other thing, as far as that balance, is learning how to say no. There's a way to say no that's, not so offensive to people, but you have to be honest with yourself about overcommitting or
Mhm.
doing things that you really don't want to do either, just to please people. And so that's a huge thing for the balance. Also, self-care is really, really, really important to me. And so it's taking and scheduling that time on the calendar. Okay, we got time to, get the hair done, time for spa, time
Yes.
for a facial, time, all of those things. So, that's a part of the self-care. Or, hey, you need some girl time,
Very
right?
true.
Put that on the calendar. But also, I like to tell guests to do this. Schedule some fun time. I learned this years ago. Put that on the calendar, something that you love to do or that you want to do. Maybe you want to go skydiving. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you want to go, I don't know, you want to go roller skating, or you want to go
Right.
ice skating, or you want to go skiing, or whatever it is. Put it on the calendar, schedule a time. That way you don't have an excuse of, oh, I don't have time to do that. And because
Right.
that helps you get, when you don't, you get to burnout.
That is so true. I'm looking on my desk now. I have my I have my tablet, which has its own calendar, and I have an actual paper calendar in
Yeah.
my phone, just so I can keep up with everything, personal, business, and everything in between. And I'm with you on the self care. I make sure, and beauties, you hear me say this all the time. At least 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, I drop everyone off, and I'm having a cup of coffee or tea, and I'm looking out the window into La La Land and
Yeah.
checking myself and clearing my mind before I get started on anything. Before I
Yes.
even check emails or look at social media, I am doing that.
I love it. I love it. So that's all about the balance and another big thing for me is what the first thing I do in the morning is my quiet time,
Right.
right? I spend time with God. I pray. I read the Bible. So that sets the foundation of my day so I can go forward.
That is amazing. And that is much needed, that quiet time with yourself and gathering your
Mhm.
thoughts
And
and
gathering
talking
your
to the man
thoughts.
above
Absolutely.
in whatever is going on in your life, whether it be personal or business. It
Hmm.
makes a big difference in your attitude and the way you move, um,
Oh yeah.
from personal experience. And
Absolutely.
not everyone pray to the same God, but I would
Right.
say whoever you do pray to or observe, to make sure you take that time out to speak to them
Yeah.
and to acknowledge and to give yourself grace in whatever you're going to do for that day, just
Yeah.
because it will dictate how you move, how you talk to people, um, how you handle people that try to get under your skin. So
Absolutely. And
I would definitely say that.
one of the things you just said, just kind of reminded me. So it's journaling.
Very
That's
true.
another thing that I do. And so with the journaling, I do gratefulness and thankfulness each
Yes.
day. I might get off a day, but I'll get back on. And
Right.
so whether it's in the morning or whether it's in the evening, it's taking a few minutes and I just jot down, 10 things that I'm grateful for that day, or 10 things that it's either, it's again in that thankfulness, gratefulness category.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think journaling is important. I know there are different types of journaling that people
There
do,
is.
right? But I think, with what you were saying earlier, it's like setting how you deal with people. And so if you come from a heart of gratefulness and thankfulness, you're going to treat people differently. And you're also going to approach your day differently as well.
Very, very true. So, so true.
Yeah.
And Beauty, she is right. There are plenty of forms, different forms of journaling. It
Mm-hmm.
just depends on what you're looking for, what clarity you're trying to get, and at that time, what goal you're trying to meet. So
Exactly.
you don't have to all do it all at once. You can pick one and finish that and then move on to the next step, depending on
Exactly.
the goal you're trying to meet, which leads me into, before we run out of time, because I can go all day. So I try to catch myself before I do go all day. If you could leave our audience with one powerful takeaway about whether it's business, success, or wellness, what would it be?
Hmm. Oh, goodness. The one thing,
One thing, yes.
one thing, one thing, one thing. I would say, and I touched on this earlier, but I think it's so important. So I would say that integrity will carry you much further than success in all that you do.
Amen. Amen. I was just talking about this the other day. So, yes, I completely agree.
Because it's when people look at you, it's because of your integrity that people will want to work with you, and that as a result of that, the doors to the next place will open. And so many people today, they're focused on fame, they're focused on, how to get ahead
Right.
at any cost, which is crazy, but
Very
this
true.
is where we are. Right?
Yeah, times have definitely changed.
Yeah, they have definitely. But you set yourself apart when you operate in that manner, and you'll stand out from everybody else. So that's the one thing I would share.
Awesome. Maria, thank you so much for being on the show. I really enjoyed having you. Like I said, I can go all day. I can conversate with you all day because you are I appreciate you sharing your knowledge and your experience and your beliefs with us, because it's helping someone out there. So I really do appreciate it. Before we go though, how can our audience get in contact with you, whether it's via social media or email? How can they reach you?
Okay. So, and thank you again. It's been a pleasure. I mean, I know we could probably talk for hours for so many different things on the fashion, on the beauty, on health, and all of these things and self-care. So, it's truly been a pleasure. So thank you again. I really enjoyed being here and spending time with you today. Yes, your audience, anyone can get in touch with me. I'm on Instagram. You can reach me at Shishi Pop Store on Instagram. And then you can reach me on email at info@shishipop.com. And then you can also reach me on, I'm thinking, what other platform? If you can find me on LinkedIn as well for Maria Newton.
Awesome. Maria, again, thank you so much. Beauties, I hope you enjoy this segment. We are coming towards the end of season 4, and I really appreciate everyone sticking with me, tuning in, listening in, and enjoying all of our segments. So before we go, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate everyone. I look forward to seeing you guys through special events and next season. But until then, beauties, I will see you guys next time.
3 years ago, we set out on a journey, not just to make tea, but to create moments of peace in a chaotic world. Carrie Kumba was born from one simple truth. Wellness is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Every blend we craft, every leaf we choose, we do it with intention to help you slow down, to soothe the stress, to create moments of home, to center. Because self-care isn't selfish. It's the love you pour into yourself so that you can continue to pour into others. It's the quiet sips, the deep breaths, the space to simply just be. This is more than tea. This is restoration. This is Carrie Kumba. Discover your blend at carriekumba.com.
This week's self-care product of the week is Releasing My Trauma, The Root of Self-Sabotage by Lejeune Singleton. A powerful guide to healing, growth, and breaking free from self-doubt.
Available now at Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble. Start your journey to transformation. This week's beauty product of the week is Designs by Nature Shimmer Oil. Get the glow that you never knew your body needed.
Hey dolls, so who don't love a perfect nude glossy combo? And I have the perfect one for you. I started off by using the MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut, and I'm just lining my lips on top and bottom. Then I'm going to fill in the outer corners on the top and bottom just to give myself the ombre effect. Next, I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury lip pencil in the shade Pillow Talk, number 3. They do have a number 1 and number 2, so just get the one that goes better with your skin complexion, that's darker than the MAC one, just to give yourself a fuller lip. Now I went in with the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. It's more like a pinkish nude, but it is so pretty. And I'm just patting it to blend. Then I went in with the Anastasia lip gloss Butterscotch. It is one of their newest lip glosses, and it is so perfect if you love more of a brownish nude. This lip combination will look different according to your skin complexion, but I do feel like it is the perfect lip combination for all complexions and any occasion. You're welcome.
Our fashion item of the week is the Stunning Balloon Initial Gold Necklace from Avocado. Add a personal touch of glam. Available now at avocado.com.
Joe, get ready. You're going to your auntie's.
I don't want to go to my auntie's.
You're only going to be there a few hours.
No, I don't want to go there because my cousin always messes with me.
But tell his mama.
Thank you for tuning in, beauties. I hope you enjoyed our season finale, Power in Business, Tech, and Holistic Living, the finale of Balance and Breakthrough with Maria Newton. Your support means everything. Follow us on Instagram at Beauty and Me with Tina and catch exclusive content on YouTube at Beauty and Me with Tina Talk Show. See you next season, beauties.